Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college basketball. It's finally here, and we've got a really good one here. Number one, Gonzaga. Well, it's at Kansas on the scoreboard, but this is at a neutral court. We've got a nice little special. We've got 50% off 2-for-1 weekly passes, which means you get the picks from two handicappers for the price of one, just $114.99, and you need to use the link picksandparlays.net/turkey. Number six, Kansas. Gonzaga is favored by 4. The total is 146.5. Kansas, 28-3 last season. Gonzaga, 31-2. The top two teams in the final poll when it came to the AP poll. Before COVID hit and 2020 started to happen. We got Sean Higgs hopefully bringing us some good tidings, some good news, and a winner when it comes to this college basketball matchup. Sean, what do you like?
Well, it's Thanksgiving Day, so happy Thanksgiving. Everyone will be watching this at 9:30 in the morning, trying to get a nice winner to start your day. Yeah, as you mentioned, neutral court, they're down in Fort Myers, Florida. Little bubble action. As you mentioned, these guys last year, the top two teams, people think Kansas, the defense might have propelled them over this number one offense that Gonzaga had. We'll never know. Virginia's still the national champs, I guess, right? They won. It seems so long ago who won the national championship. But listen, the line is 4. It opened up at 1 and creeped up to 2, then 4. Let's see some 4.5s. I get it, okay, but for me, I like the under here. It's 146.5. We got some replacement parts here. 4 double-digit scores from last year's Gonzaga team are out. They're gone. I shouldn't say they're out. Are they reloaded? Yes. This isn't, this is a big-time program. So guys are coming in. They're not losing much. Kansas got to replace their 2 top guys also. So I kind of like the under based on that. New guys coming in. Just the whole COVID. You got to who's really practicing and getting their reps in? I don't know. I mean, guy can be shooting at his house. It doesn't mean he's running plays with his teams a lot. Or, then we added neutral court, crazy backgrounds, these courts. Now there's no fans. So I'll go under here. I like the under based on that, especially early in the season like this. You get these tournament games are in wherever they used to be, Maui, Alaska, Florida, Jamaica. They're all over. So unfamiliar courts, a weird season to start. Let's go under. 2 teams that are pretty good defensively against bad teams. Against good teams, I kind of look at it as they kind of equal themselves out. Gonzaga's not going to score 130, and the Jayhawks aren't going to have them score 50. So I'll go under here. That's where I'm leaning.
Yeah, and I think that's a solid play for probably a lot of these games when you're talking about neutral courts. When it comes to shooters and teams that shoot the ball and need that for their offense, these are unfamiliar rims that they have not played on. I know the Suncoast Arena in Fort Myers, my old stomping grounds. I lived in Fort Myers for 3 years, fun fact. So I think for a lot of these teams that it's going to be tough to come out firing, especially since they haven't had any exhibition games. Normally, to start the season, they have a few exhibition games to get things going and kind of like scrimmages. Yeah,
Marathon
you can practice.
oil.
You can practice against each other, but it's not the same as playing in a game, let alone playing against a team that's a top 5 team. And especially, I'll be interested to see how some of these college basketball games play out without fans, because a lot of energy is derived from these fans when it comes to college basketball. I think that's going to be really interesting to see how some of these teams respond.
That's an excellent point, and we kind of touched on a little bit in March about these coaches and no fans, because you're going to find out who can coach and who just relies on their, I got the top 4 recruiting class, and this guy's going to go top 10 in the NBA draft. You're going to see who can coach and who can't coach, because you're going to hear people yelling out and who's doing what, and that's an excellent thing, because you're going to find out the coaches who can coach and the players who are just going to go out there and shoot on their own because they're going to the NBA in 6 months.
Yeah, and that's another point. When you have some of these top teams that have the one-and-done guys, I think sometimes it takes a little bit more time to develop some chemistry, because you can't just throw out 5 five-star recruits and expect it to work. Yeah, they're going to be really good, but as far as firing on all cylinders and beating another top-tier team, I think some of these newcomers are going to have a little bit of rust when it comes to working together.
Actually, under prop on the assist, because these guys used to be all top dog alphas out there. They're all used, and now you got to start passing. Come on, they're used. Everybody's the focal point. And now you got,
for sure.
That's different. It is.
This one should be an exciting one regardless, because we'll see how these 2 teams are that are supposed to be the cream of the crop when it comes to college basketball this season. But that's going to wrap it up for our college basketball talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great stuff from Sean Higgs. Sean, thanks for joining us.